You know, the theme for February's Heart Matters is housing.
Yeah.
We cannot speak housing without speaking the construction mafia, right? So this week on Heart Matters, Shamila Fisher sits down with the sister-in-law of Wendy Kloppers. She was killed in Delft at a housing project in February 2023. Now, she was seemingly at the right place at the wrong time. What comes out of the interview is that she was actually working from home that day, then called out to that site.
Yeah.
So it's even harder for her family to deal with. You know, she was supposed to be at home that day. So her sister-in-law speaks about the message they received when the message came to the family that this attack had taken place and that Wendy Kloppers had actually died. She says how her sister came to her and said, something happened to Wendy, it was fatal. And the word fatal didn't sink in that Wendy was actually dead. It's a deep, heart-wrenching interview. They're obviously watching the case very closely with Malusi Boy, Ralph Stanfield, his wife, and others, taking place at the Cape Town Magistrates Court. You know, they're charged with a range of crimes, including a 1 billion rand tender fraud case, as well as murder, which includes Wendy Kloppers' murder.
Yeah. And the backdrop to construction mafia, I mean, it's been raging in the city for very many years. It might not have enjoyed media attention for all of the time. But, I mean, essentially, it's heavy-handed tactics. So what happens is whoever the people are, nameless, faceless, they would extort money from contractors who are looking to build houses, schools, buildings, hostels, whatever the case might be, in certain areas. So you get a tender to build on behalf of government or whatever. The gangsters move in and they say, well, in order for your equipment to be safe, for your staff to be safe, you've got to pay us X amount of money
And
per
even
month
for your security,
for
just
your
to be on
security.
site.
Otherwise, we damage, we break down, we steal.
We kill.
There we go. We kill. So that, in its simplest form, is how that works. What also then appears to have happened is legitimate contractors have been muscled out. They look and they say it's actually not worth tendering on things, which opens up the way for people with nefarious motives to go in there. So they basically have cleared out the opposition. They then secure the tenders legally, for lack of a better term, because they're the ones who are bidding, because they effectively have muscled out the opposition.
There is no space for anyone who does have a legitimate construction company.
That's the one.
Or a legitimate security company, because they then come in as the construction company, as the security company, and you can only use them. Or else,
yeah, which explains why some of the names Leanne would just have mentioned, and others, I mean, it spans a lot wider than that, have ended up doing business on behalf of the city, which just makes this such an interesting scenario. So, you know, these names are interchangeable as business people, as people in court, and so on, and that's how politicians also have been sucked into this mess. Right, so they'll do a proper job of understanding and explaining on our behalf what's going on as far as the construction mafia is concerned. Goes live at 12 o'clock.
It goes live
and it's
at 12,
on the app.
and it's on the app thereafter.
There we are. Fantastic. Have a listen as of 12 o'clock today.